Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens. Hope you're having a great afternoon and a happy start to the new year. The first Weather Impact show of 2026 is right now, and you're joining us here this afternoon. It's been a kind of active end to last year as snow showers pushed through the region. We got a little bit of accumulation around Central Ohio, but before we dive into that forecast, let's take a look at what those New Year celebrations looked like last night. Here's a view from New York City. That's the famous New Year's ball drop at Times Square in New York City, welcoming the new year here in the U.S. Of course, it was a great time for celebrating all across the country. In Paris, lights shined and the Arc de Triomphe and a magnificent fireworks show lit up the skies in Bangkok, one of the first places on the planet to hit 2026. China also held their celebration outside the Great Wall, and in our nation's capital, the Washington Monument lit up celebrating the start of America's 250th year celebration. Of course, later this year, that ball will drop again in New York to help celebrate that 250 years. But perhaps most fitting one of all for celebrations, Monroe, Wisconsin, dropping a box of cheese from a fire truck to signify the start of 2026. That is the most Wisconsin way to celebrate the new year I've ever seen. And you know, but that cheese, it probably tastes pretty good as well. But that's enough New Year's celebration. Let's focus on what is coming ahead as we head into the first week of 2026. Well, today, snow showers. They've been lingering across the region. Not too much in the way of impact coming down today, but they've certainly been out there, especially in a few of our counties to the southwest. The cold air you've noticed outside as well. That cold air not going anywhere for several days. It's going to linger through the end of this week and into the start of the weekend. It really won't be until early next week that we see warmer conditions work their way back into Central Ohio. So keep the winter gear ready to go for at least the next few days. Speaking of winter conditions, here's some of our snow reports out there from the system that started off our new year. Up in Fredericktown, picked up 2 inches of snowfall. Crestline picking up 2 inches of snow as well. Reynoldsburg about 1.2 over in Delaware, 1.1 Washington Courthouse about an inch. Picked up about an inch here in Columbus as well. Certainly had some of those haves and have-nots out there, but about 1 to 2 ended up being the total snow from this particular system. And now this view from outside right now. 10 TV tower camera looking toward downtown. You see the snow on the ground, but cloudy skies and nothing else falling out there. It's certainly a chilly and gloomy kind of afternoon. Temperature hanging around 21 right now. Feels like 13 degrees outside. A little bit of wind outside, keeping that wind chill a factor. That'll be the case as we head through the rest of this afternoon, and it'll start to back down some as we head toward tonight. Temperatures out there across the region much colder than they were yesterday. No 30s out there. Closest point is Piketon, sitting at 29. In Circleville, 25. Lancaster, 24. Newark, 22. These temperatures going to stay cold for, again, the next several days. Temperatures up in our northern places like Mount Gilead, Bucyrus, Mansfield, they are in the teens at this hour. You factor in the wind speed on top of that. Again, not excessive, but around 5 to 15 miles per hour for most of Central Ohio, and that means wind chills will be greeting you through the rest of the afternoon as well. It feels like single digits still in a number of spots out there. Places like Delaware feels like 9 right now. Mount Gilead feels like 5. Marion feels like 6. And over in Newark feels like 8. So again, quite cold. Bring the layers as you head outside. The next 12 hours, we stay fairly cloudy out there. Temperatures as a result not going to move much. So we're not going to drop to excessively cold conditions tonight, but we are expected to fall into the low 20s, potentially upper teens between now and tomorrow morning. I think some of that coldest air is going to come in right before sunrise, because look at this pattern here over the next 12 hours. The cloud cover starts to dissipate as we get toward 3 a.m. We see a little bit more clearing out there, and as those skies clear, those temperatures will certainly fall heading through tonight. Mostly cloudy for most of the night, clearing toward tomorrow. That little bit of clearing will let temperatures hit our forecast low of about 19 by the early part of the day tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, that forecast a little bit better than what we have out there currently. Not only do we get more sunshine, we get it to be a little bit warmer in the afternoon too. We should push back north of the 30s as we head toward tomorrow. Look for a temperature in the low 30s with plenty of sunshine to get out and enjoy your Friday with. High temperatures out there. Again, not a lot of movement until we get on the other side of the weekend. The next 3 days expected to stay mostly in the 30s. We do start to warm this back up toward the 40s as we head toward Monday and into next Tuesday. But of course, that warm air only going to come in time for our next chance for rain. Our forecast expected to stay dry through the weekend. Starts to sneak a little bit of rain chances in here on Monday, but mostly it's going to be Tuesday into Wednesday where we see a little bit of rain, and then again on Thursday, all of this rain chance coming with the warmer air that is heading towards central Ohio. Of all the, rain and snow in the forecast, you might be wondering when it's time to get the salt off the car the next couple of days. If you can find a good spot in the afternoon where temperatures might be above the freezing mark, that would be the best time to do it. So you're going to need to use caution. Add the wax in the next couple of days. You probably want to wait till Sunday or Monday before you start to do that as things start to warm back up a little bit. Speaking of the cold, though, and the snow, well, again, still out there this evening. So let's go ahead and give you the latest look at the radar. You see those snow showers south of I-70 as we head into the afternoon. Light snow from just south of Franklin County, down through Circleville, Chillicothe, over to MacArthur, back through Washington Courthouse and on toward Dayton. Believe it or not, this is actually some lake effect driven snow banding here. We'll take the wider picture and you can see the moisture source for this. This is really just that wind coming over Lake Michigan, pulling that moisture down into Ohio. This hour you can see heavier lake effect snow in western Michigan. This little bit of moisture going to work its way through as we head through the next 12 hours, and our chances for lingering snow should end this evening. I would not expect to see this carry over into another day. Let's go and give you the hour-by-hour outlook on that snowfall as we head through the rest of the day today. Again, we'll be watching scattered light snowfall across the region. Forecast is for some of those bands to move back further to the north as we head into this evening. Overall impacts from this are going to be pretty minimal, but you might pick it up an additional dusting of snowfall depending on where you're at across central Ohio. As we head into this evening, that snow starts to dissipate. Other side of midnight, most of it's gone. And then you can see by that 3 o'clock hour, that's when we start to get that clearing moving back into the region as well. That's what will let temperatures fall down to the teens by early tomorrow morning. But the good news is these clear skies stick with us as we head through the day Friday. That means sunshine and a little bit warmer conditions for the afternoon. Again, our temperatures expected to make their way up into the 30s for tomorrow, and we'll stay there as we head toward the weekend. After the little bit of snow chance tonight, no real threat for snow in our forecast again heading into next week as temperatures start to warm. Any kind of accumulation we'll get here in the next several hours, pretty superficial, under an inch for sure. Most areas going to be under half an inch. Let's fast forward to next week, because after the snow out there now, this is our next chance for any kind of meaningful precipitation. This is Monday morning. There's going to be a system passing just to our north. It may be enough to toss a flurry down into parts of central Ohio, but for the most part, we're not really worried about this system causing any impacts. Heading into Tuesday, though, we'll see our next more widespread weather maker. It's not going to arrive for most of the day. In fact, we have to wait till Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. That's when a band of scattered showers is expected to push into central Ohio. Those scattered showers will continue until very early Wednesday, mostly done before sunrise. Temperatures expected to drop throughout the day Wednesday, but then they jump right back up as we head toward Thursday, with yet another chance for rain pushing its way in as we head toward the end of next week. Here's a look at your 10 weather impact 7-day forecast. Again, kind of cold out there next couple of days. We're going to stay below where we should be for this time of the year, in the low 30s for highs, near the teens for lows every morning. But at least after we get past the snow chances tonight, the rest of this weekend forecast is going to stay dry, so you don't have to worry about snow or rain. As temperatures rise next week, we get back into the 40s, but of course that comes with that chance for rain. Rain most likely from late Tuesday through early Wednesday. Most of your day Wednesday is going to be dry, and the first half of the day Tuesday going to be dry as well. Those temperatures jump right back up after falling through the day Wednesday, back into the 40s again by Thursday. But of course, this chance also going to come with a chance for rain, as those rain showers just kind of follow right along with those warmer temperatures heading our way. The kind of a forecast that just refuses to be near or stay near that normal mark. As temperatures go up, rain comes back, and well, only one day in there. Monday is the day that we have to be near normal. Of course, with temperatures warming up, snow that we have picked up will be melting, and the concern is some of that could refreeze and form black ice on our roads. can happen, of course, on any road, but also curb sidewalks out there due to the melting snow and that refreezing overnight. And while it's most prevalent at night, black ice can be present any time of day. As for ways to stay safe, experts say better detection is key, so keep an eye out for shiny parts on the road. Also check for frost on guardrails and road signs nearby. And if you end up on black ice, don't panic. Keep the steering wheel steady and steer gently in the direction you want to go, but don't slam on the brakes or the accelerator because that could lock up your tires, causing you to lose control of your car. Back to last year, 2025, that went out with a kind of bang of intense weather across parts of the country, including a little bit of snowfall that made things tricky for travelers last night heading back from their New Year's celebration. But in other parts of the country, they certainly got it worse. CBS's Ian Lee is in Syracuse, New York, which saw some of the worst of the heavy snow.
As the brutal winter weather slammed Syracuse, more than 24 inches of snow fell Tuesday, its second highest one-day total on record.
Just how fast it accumulated, it's a lot to keep up with, especially when it's nonstop coming down.
Blustery winds created blizzard-like conditions along Lake Erie and coated the waterfront in ice. Just outside of Buffalo, this doorbell camera caught the moment a woman was swept away by a powerful gust Monday. And in Massachusetts, wind gusts up to 63 miles an hour down trees and power lines, crashing onto homes and landing on cars.
He saw me with the shovel and he's been trying to help me, and he doesn't even have gloves on.
Back here in Syracuse, after some digging and pushing, Alexis Sykes was finally on her way.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Be careful.
Antonio Murillo pushed out several cars Tuesday.
I feel like they need some help, so I do whatever I can.
Ian Lee, CBS News, Syracuse, New York.
After seeing some of that snowfall, I definitely think I'd take our forecast over that really heavy snow they got over there in New York. And from snow and ice to, well, heat and lava, Hawaii's Kilauea volcano saw a lot of activity throughout 2025. Several episodes of lava fountains and lava flows were observed at the volcano's national park. Kilauea is one of the most active volcanoes anywhere on Earth, and it's not unusual to see activity like this. The United States Geological Survey continues to monitor activity at the volcano, including with the webcams that provided this video. However, on December 6th, one of those webcams was actually destroyed when lava and ash overwhelmed the camera. You can see that video there. How crazy is that? Finally today, let's check out some new video into us here at 10 TV. Dazzling meteorite fell on Tuesday in southern Brazil. The Heller and Jung Observatory shared footage of a fireball meteorite that fell and disintegrated in Rio Grande do Sul with a magnitude brightness nearing that of the moon. How crazy is that? I mean, you always hear about those big meteorites that come down. We'll see that video loop here again with that fireball meteorite coming down. That is a big old meteorite coming down. I bet it made a loud noise too. Oftentimes you'll hear what is described kind of as a sonic boom or an explosion as those meteorites enter the atmosphere and of course break apart. A lot of energy being released as that happens. It's no surprise there, that big fireball. We'll watch that one more time. Boom, there it goes through the sky. What a cool sight to observe. And finally today, check out these icy images taken along Erie's bayfront. This was earlier this week, back on Tuesday. This is near the Bicentennial Tower in downtown Erie. Benches, railings, plants, and sculptures all covered in a sheet of ice. Strong wind out there kicked up waves that washed over and onto the shore with temperatures well below freezing. That allowed things to freeze into solid sheets of ice out there. They had a lot of wave activity earlier this week. You might remember that 10 TV weather impact alert day we had Monday for the winds. We were not even in the windiest part of that storm. A lot of that was up on the lakeshore, and you can see the result of all of that water spilling over and just freezing on everything that it contacted. There were reports from the western side of Lake Erie that water levels were multiple feet below normal as all of that water got pushed along the lake, something called a seiche, and that really kind of inundated those areas further to the east. And of course, you put it together with the freezing temperatures and you get all of that ice. Cool. cool video there. Of course, that's it for now, though, on this weather update here on 10 TV Plus. Coming up later tonight, I'll be back in the studio for 5 and 6 o'clock, breaking down that cold air as we head into the weekend. We'll also keep a close eye on any of those lingering snow showers as they work their way through our region for the rest of the afternoon. Of course, we'll get you ready with everything you need to know. Until then, you can catch more news and weather. That'll be online at 10tv.com. Have a great afternoon.